Welcome to First Dates and Soulmates, where we are all fully flanneled out for our fall funhouse episode. Fepisode. I feel like I need to continue the alliteration here. I am your co-host, Meg Casebolt.
And I'm Nikki McKnight.
And after spending several weeks doing read-alongs of multiple books, we thought, why not have an episode where we just get to have a little bit of fun and update you on what's going on behind the scenes of First Dates and Soulmates. So happy fall, Nikki.
Happy fall. I am wearing flannel. I am wearing trucker caps. I am drinking cold lattes or hot lattes now instead of iced ones. Even though in my part of the world it is still 25 fucking degrees Celsius, but I am manifesting fall. I'm a fall girly. I love fall.
I am starting to come around to fall. I was a summer person for a long time, but I think in the climate change era, my area has gotten so much more pleasant in the fall than ever before. Like it was I don't think my kids put on shorts until October. So the fact that September is now like the end of summer versus the beginning of fall, it's like a slower transition than it used to be. I'm not a fan of climate change in general, but this was worked out for my family pretty well.
I love that for them.
So I have some updates, and some of them are new to you as well, Nikki. I get to share them here.
I am learning. I am the gateway character. We're all learning together.
This is the exposition part of the episode where I get to speak to you as secondary character about this and get your live reactions. So we are in 78 episodes into First Dates and Soulmates, and I think those that are discovering us now may have some problems getting into the back catalog of episodes because now we've hit this critical mass of like, well, I can't go back and listen from episode 1.
Disagree, but okay. I accept your premise.
So where do I start? Right? And I think that we have some inside jokes that are running that maybe they don't know about, or we'll say, oh, remember that episode where we talked about that himbo and that himbo and that himbo? And so I have created us.
What did you create?
A What's Your Romance Trope quiz.
Oh my God, I love quizzes. I think this is just a thing for millennials who millennial girls who would sneak Cosmos from the convenience store and want to complete like those random quizzes in there. Oh my God, I love me a quiz.
It is a BuzzFeed style quiz. It is available on the new First Dates and Soulmates website that I created.
Oh my God, we have a website.
We have a website. Go to firstdatesandsoulmates.com.
Ooh, you got the .com.
I got the
.com.
Baby, I paid $12 for that shit. I paid $17 for the web font of the First Dates and Soulmates font, so that way we could put that on the website. Big spender over here.
Oh my God, dollar bills,
dollar bills.
Cardi B, just throwing money.
And that is a lifetime font license. Thank you very much. So we better keep creating for another year because that $17 has got to pay itself off.
There you go. Do it.
So what we're going to start up with right now is, Nikki, I am going to ask you the questions from the quiz. And we're going to
Oh my God, are we going to find out my type?
We're going to do
live
a little bit of a matchmaking service. And then I have started creating on the back end, and will be ready for them by the time this goes live, personalized trope playlists of 3 to 6 episodes where we have discussed this. So if you, whatever your trope is, you can just leap right into those with some romance book recommendations. All right?
Oh my gosh, I love it so much.
All right.
This is why Meg is in marketing.
Yeah. Clearly I'm taking those marketing chops and I'm putting them to good use.
I love it.
And if you're listening to this on YouTube, if you're listening to this on the podcast, the link will be directly below this. Again, firstdatesandsoulmates.com/quiz if you want to go straight to the quiz. So, Nikki.
Yes.
I have 6 answers for you here, so you don't have to come up with this on the spot. What is your ideal first date? A karaoke night?
Okay.
Hot cocoa at a holiday market? A late night surprise rendezvous?
Oh, fuck no.
A haunted house?
No.
A motorcycle ride? Or waltzing?
Honestly, waltzing, because I think it would be awkward as fuck, but that would help us get into it. Like, are we going to do this right now? Yes, we're going to. Just go with it. And if they didn't go with it, then that would be a no. I'm choosing waltzing.
Yeah, I think that's a good yes and opportunity to see if your partner would go for it.
Exactly.
All right, waltzing it is for you. Okay, what's your favorite rom-com movie? I have an option of 8 here.
Okay.
Pretty Woman, Love Actually, Romeo and Juliet, Moulin Rouge, Pride and Prejudice, Twilight, Red, White, and Royal Blue, or Almost Famous?
Ooh, this is hard.
It's so hard, right?
No, but I'm going to go Pride and Prejudice because it's been my favorite for longer, and I would rewatch it more than Red, White, and Royal Blue, which would be my second choice.
That makes perfect sense to me. What is your favorite season for romance? Winter, the holidays, summer, spring, fall, or cuffing season?
Fall.
Well, I feel like we're in our flannels and we're
fall
totally
has
ready
the best
for fall.
fashion options for me.
If I can wear something comfortable and also leggings and Uggs, then I'm here for it.
There you go.
What's your preferred romance story length? Do you like a quick novella, a standalone novel, a trilogy, a series that has like a whole family or like a whole friend group, or like an epic 10-book series?
Ooh, I'm stuck between trilogy and whole friend series. I'm going to say trilogy.
You're going to go trilogy.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're also looking at these and all of my gifts that I've put into this.
Yeah,
to make
that
it
one
even
was
more
also
fun.
just really, there was a Han Solo gif involved. So I see
That was
Harrison
what
Ford, I
pushed it.
click. I don't know what to do.
It's an instinct. You see the Harrison Ford and you're like, that one, please.
It's true.
All right. What's on your Spotify playlist? Boy band anthems, acoustic rock, metal, pride anthems, live concert bootlegs, more waltzes, holiday classics, or angry breakup songs?
Oh my God, all of these except for holiday classics. The number one thing, I'd say right now, in this moment, boy band anthems.
Okay. Now, I put gifs for each of these, and the gif for angry breakup songs is Taylor Swift screaming.
It's great.
So,
I love it.
that inspired the next question, which is, back to that playlist, what's your Taylor Swift album of choice?
Ooh.
Now, I made this before the most recent Taylor Swift album came out, so this does not have Life of a Showgirl on it. I might have to adjust this by the time this goes live to include Life of a Showgirl. I know you may not be the biggest Swiftie that I know, so I'm going to read these to you.
Okay.
And there is an out option. So, Folklore, Lover, Fearless, Evermore, Red, Reputation, 1989, How Can I Possibly Choose? And Ew, I Can't Stand Her.
Ooh, I'm not a Taylor album person. I'm an individual song.
Okay,
I love
so
her
what's
as a
the
business
song?
person. So I think for the album that from my memory has the most songs that I like, it's either 1989 or Red. I'm going to go with 1989.
I was thinking that you were going to do like a nice little Shake It Off anthem. So I was picturing you doing 1989. What's your favorite way to escape into romance? Is it an ebook, paperback, or audiobook?
Ebook.
This is just my way of segmenting people on my email list. This has nothing to do with it.
Yes.
Where would you set your romance epilogue? Vegas, New Orleans, Paris, a remote island, a rock concert, a snowed-in cabin, or Pemberley?
Ooh. This is tough. To end the story.
To end the story. Because we had our first date at the beginning where you went waltzing.
Beginnings. It's true. Waltzing. Well, if I wanted to go for symmetry, I would choose Pemberley, but I don't think. I'm going to say at the end of it, we should be going on a vacation. I'm not an island person, so I'm going to say New Orleans.
I thought you were going to go with the snowed-in cabin because, you're
I have said
Canadian.
Before that, no, but I also have said before that I was back in our vacation series, which I'm sure is one of the linked answers, and we did our Love on Vacation deep dive. You would do an all-inclusive. I would do a ski resort.
It's
So
true. It's true.
That could work.
All right, this is the last one. What's your signature drink? Is it an Earl Grey? Is it a mocktail? Tequila? Hot chocolate? Blood orange margarita? Body shots? Champagne? Or a whiskey?
Oh my God, this is so hard because I love tequila and margaritas, but I'm also a sparkling wine drinker like you wouldn't fucking believe. I am going to go champagne.
Champagne. All right. You are a historical scoundrel.
Of course I am.
I know. As soon as you should have gone for the Pemberley too, but as soon as you went with the waltzing and the Pride and Prejudice, that pretty much locked you in. So, ballrooms, carriage rides, forbidden glances across crowded parlors. You crave the elegance and intensity of period romance. So this works for you because it's like you have actually read all of the Bridgerton series. You do love a good historical.
I do. And honestly, even if it's not a historical setting, what I think from historicals that goes into other tropes or premises is the idea of like banter, longing, yearning, distance, which this girl is all about all of those things.
You love like this is off limits, this is forbidden.
Yes, I'm a yearning slow burn girl. It is true. I'm very much. And I also just like the word scoundrel. It's like the word hooligan, which I also love.
Yeah, for some of them, I was trying to go with alliteration of like, this is the holiday heartthrob, or this is the fake dating fool. But some of them, I was just like, you know what? You need to be a scoundrel, Nikki McKnight. You are a scoundrel, Nikki McKnight.
Hair flip.
Hair flip. So the answers are, we do have a red flag option.
Ooh.
Because you and I often are talking about our red flag heroes and the things that we love in our books and maybe shouldn't necessarily love. We have a paranormal option. We have a rock star option because we actually have a surprising amount of rock star recommendations in our back catalog. We have, like I said, fake dating. We have historical. We have holiday romances. And then we have the forbidden love and off limits, which is what I thought maybe you might head in that direction too with some of your answers.
I'd be curious to see how they are ranked, but I am satisfied with my choice.
Well, I would be happy to update people after this episode goes live. I will be happy to update people who go and take the test. Maybe in a future episode I can say, and here is the ranking, because our quiz software will let us know that.
What software are you using?
We're using Interact.
Oh, I was like, you can turn on an option in Interact that allows people to see their ranked choices when they get their answers, and then you can click on like your top choice to see that results screen. You can show people their rankings. Okay,
well, you know what? I will turn on that setting. I think that might be a different quiz section where it's like you can almost see like an IQ test where you get ranks. But I'll take a look at it. I'll make sure.
Yeah, it's in the results section of the Interact setup.
And then when people take this quiz, they will get an email from me that includes a link to their recommendations to those podcast episodes to subscribe to the podcast. So if this is something that you are interested in subscribing to the podcast and need to have those links of where to start, or you want to share, if you see us on Instagram and you want to share this link out to your people and share what it is that you are, you can do that at firstdatesandsoulmates.com.
Woohoo! So profesh. So profesh.
Nikki, we got something else to add to our list of ways that people can support the pod.
There you go. Take our quiz.
What's your romance
Live your Cosmo
trope?
Girl dreams.
Exactly. All right. And then I have another fun activity planned.
Oh my God, I love activities.
Not from a marketing perspective. Sorry.
No.
Not all things are marketing for me all the time, although sometimes it feels like it. We're going to play a game today.
Ooh, I like games.
Called Two Tropes and a Lie.
Oh. Okay, I'm feeling pressure to perform because I am a competitive ass person.
Yeah.
But I am so ready for this.
Okay, so
Tell me more.
It's based on two truths and a lie.
Okay.
But actually it's not. It's based on one trope and two lies, but that doesn't really roll off the tongue quite so easily.
Let's go with the other one.
So it's
marketing.
Still called Two Tropes and a Lie because that's clever.
Yeah.
What we're going to do is I have 40 different books that I can choose between, and I have had ChatGPT pull for me what a summary of that book is, and then I've had it write two fake summaries.
Oh. Am I going to you're going to give me like the book title and I have to tell you which is the correct log line of the book?
We are both going to guess.
You don't know either?
I have wiped out. Oh, so the first thing, it literally, I'm like, ChatGPT, give me like 8 to 10 of these. And it was like, book 1, The Love Hypothesis. And I'm like,
both read that.
bitch, you are going to have to try harder than that. And I like really narrowed it. So I do have the original list. Book 1 it gave us was Love Hypothesis. Book 2 was Funny Story. And I'm like, how about some not New York Times bestsellers?
I haven't read that second one, but
well, maybe I'll give you that one just for funsies. But the first list that it gave me, I was like, give me 10 books and then make these up. And I had read 7 of them and I was like, no.
Yeah,
no.
But it's not so much a mutual activity. It's like, let's see how much straight romance Nikki hasn't read.
Straight, traditionally published romance by white women is not what I want to be promoting exclusively on the show, ChatGPT. So I came up with a different set of criteria, and I'm like, how about some of them that are queer? How about some of them by authors of color? How about some that are indie? But the problem is that it's much harder for me to verify those. When there's just not as much written about them. So some of these may just be lies. They may all be lies.
Oh my God, are people going to catch us in lies? It's totally good. No, this is part of the game.
This is part of the game. So here's the plan. I am going to read the 3 options.
Okay.
One of which should be correct.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to look it up on Goodreads to let us know what the actual plot line is.
Ooh, okay.
So if AI has just made... And then I was like, all right, here's all my criteria. And then it started making up fake novels to try to throw me off. And I was like, that was not the game, ChatGPT. So I think these are all real novels. Otherwise...
This is when you have to say please and thank you because the robot overlords are coming, my friend. And we must be on their side.
And then... By the way, and then I was like, how about some queer ones? And it went, yeah, sure, we can do red, white, and royal blue. And then it listed 3 more. And then it was like, and then we can go back to red, white, and royal blue. And then it did 3 more. And I was like, how about red, white, and royal blue? And I was like, there are other queer books, ChatGPT. So I'm trying to train the algorithm.
Educate the robot masses.
Yeah. Okay. So are you ready? Mm-hmm. All right. Happy Place by Emily Henry. Well, this will be a good way to say, this will be a good way to sort of show how this works. Is the book A couple secretly broken up pretends they're still together during their annual friend trip to Maine? B, a woman inherits a crumbling beach house and finds her childhood rival running the local surf shop? Or C, a food critic gets stranded at a bed and breakfast run by her ex-fiance during a hurricane?
Okay, so I have not read this book. Actually, I haven't read anything by Emily Henry. I know who she is. Since I don't know, I'm going to tell you the one I hope it is, which is a food critic stranded at a B&B run by her ex-fiance during a hurricane.
I would totally read that, and that is not it.
Oh, no! Emily Henry, write this book.
I know. No, I'll write. I actually think that's a really good premise. I would totally read this book of a food critic at a bed and breakfast during a hurricane. You were just telling me before we got started that like your sister-in-law and nephew are stuck in a hurricane right now. So this
on a cruise ship. Yeah,
that would be a really interesting premise.
Worst fucking nightmare.
Happy Place is the story of a secretly broken up couple pretending they're still together during their annual friends trip to their beach house in Maine.
Oh my God. Okay, one, I'm jealous they have a beach house in Maine because I love Maine. But also, like, having to be broken up in like a remote location instead of like, we're going to Vegas. Vegas, it's so much easier because you can be like, hey, Kai, we're going to go out now. And then you just go your separate ways. But like beach house, you cannot escape each other.
No.
And you have to keep it up. No, thank you. That sounds stressful to me.
You would not like this book. It's incredibly stressful in that way because it's 3 couples that all know each other, and then one of the couples is broken up, but pretending that they're not broken up. This is a very awkward. It's not your book. It's not your book.
Delightful. I would like the food critic stranded at B&B. Just saying. Put it out into the universe, folks.
All right. This is if anybody who is listening and is looking for the next book that they want to write. Contact me and I will Liz Gilbert that storyline to you. I will muse it to you. I will send it energetically into you. Okay. Next book. Before We Were Strangers by Renee Carlino. I have not read this one.
Okay.
A, former college lovers reconnect through a misconnection post 15 years later. B, 2 coworkers fake a dating profile to catfish their boss but end up falling for each other, which sounds like Set It Up, honestly.
A little bit.
And C, a musician writes a viral breakup song about his ex who unexpectedly shows up at his concert. This is called Before We Were Strangers.
Okay, I have not read this.
Me neither.
I don't know. My thought is that it's the college lovers and the misconnection post or the catfishing boss fake dating profile. So I am going to say, what are you thinking?
I'm hoping that it's the college friends, the misconnection post. I'm hoping I do
like
that
misconnection post. I'm going to go with that too because I like that it just reminds me of Coleman Domingo, the actor, when he was on the Graham Norton show and he talked about how he met his husband. It was a Craigslist misconnection post.
Really?
And it's, oh my God, it's such a cute story. If just go find it on YouTube. It's a cute story, but that's what I'm hoping this is.
All right, here is the blurb. I have not read this yet. To the green-eyed lovebird, we met 15 years ago, almost to the day when I moved my stuff into the NYU dorm rooms.
Misconnections post!
Woo!
Okay. I like it.
Next book, Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. A figure skater and I know, right? A figure skater and a hockey captain are forced to share a rink after an equipment failure, which sounds like you. And what was
sounds like the cutting edge.
What's the hockey? The
ringette.
Yes, the ringette. Yeah. Okay. The ringette camp. A snowboarder and Olympic judge fake date to cover up a scoring scandal, or a sports psychologist joins a pro hockey team and falls for the goalie she's supposed to counsel. Icebreaker. Icebreaker's name book.
have not read this. I really hope it's not the athlete and the judge covering up a scoring scandal, because how would dating make a scoring scandal go away? If anything, they should have recused themselves. So I real hope it's not that. I am going to go with, and the first one, the figure skater and the hockey, sounds like the Cutting Edge movies, like from the 90s, and then the various remakes through the aughts. I'm going to say it's the psychologist and the goalie, because a former client of mine, she is a psychologist and she works with NHL players. So I think that'd be really fun.
I hope it's not that one, because I feel like that's a major conflict of interest if it's like you're supposed to be like basically like dating your therapist in a way.
Yeah, which if you saw the Kendra TikTok thing, that's not a good thing to do.
Yeah. Anastasia Ellen has worked her entire life for a shot at Team USA. It looks like everything's going to according to plan when she gets a full scholarship and lands a place on their competitive figure skating team. Nothing will stand in her way, not even the captain of the hockey team.
Okay, I feel like out of all the options there, that is the least problematic.
It's so true. Maybe that's what we should go for, is what do we think it is and which one would give us the least skeeves, and those would be different scores. Okay. Next book, The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston.
Okay.
A ghostwriter who no longer believes in love stories starts seeing the literal ghost of her editor.
Weird. Okay.
B, a romance novelist's imaginary boyfriend comes to life and ruins her dating life.
Oh, don't. Okay.
C, a funeral director and a medium start a podcast together and accidentally summon a ghost.
I want to go with funeral director and medium starting a podcast together because it sounds weird as fuck.
I want to read it.
I would be very entertained to read that.
I think this is giving us some really great ideas for what the next novels should be.
Because then, like, the other one, I'm like, I don't want an imaginary boyfriend to come to life and then ruin the dating life. Because then, like, logistically, how does that work? But also, with the first one, a ghostwriter starts seeing the literal ghost of her editor. Did they like each other? Did they have a relationship? Was there a will they, won't they? And then they died unexpectedly, and now that's a good thing? Or was this the horrible boss that, like, tormented her, and then she has to hire a ghost hunter to come in and kill her editor?
Oh, I kind of want that one. I want it. Okay, I want your version. I want your version. And I also want the funeral director and medium starting a podcast together. Where they're like everyone who dies and goes to the funeral director, they then like do a seance for the spirit.
No, it just reminds me of that scene in Ghost when like Whoopi Goldberg's like powers actually start manifesting. So the next time Patrick Swayze's character goes and sees her, she's got like a lounge full of ghosts, and she's trying to, and they're like, no, it's my turn next, and they're fighting. I'm like, I want to be on the next episode.
We were actually just talking about that because for some reason my husband started singing the "I'm Henry VIII, I am," and I was like, oh, now it's in our heads. Okay,
all right, well, what is The Dead Romantics about?
So I have read other Ashley Poston books, so I kind of had the vibe that this was going to be sort of more of a magical realism tone to it. Florence Day is the ghostwriter for one of the most prolific romance authors in the industry, and she has a problem. After a terrible breakup, she no longer believes in love. Her new editor, a too handsome mountain of a man, won't give her extension, and she prepares to kiss her career goodbye. Then she gets a phone call she never wanted to receive and must return home to help her family bury her father. And then she finds a ghost standing at the funeral parlor's front door, just as broad and infuriatingly handsome as ever, and he's as confused about why he's there as she is.
So I feel like it might be the ghostwriter no longer being in love, but maybe the AI got it wrong on who the ghost is. Maybe it's not possible. An editor.
It's possible.
Okay. Close enough.
Okay. Yeah.
Close
okay. Okay. Let's go into when I call. Those were all of the top, 10 books that ChatGPT came up with for me. Let me say, after I told it, let's find some queer options. Let's find some non-white authors. Here's my next list. Something Wild and Wonderful by Anita Kelly. I've read other Anita Kelly books. I haven't read this one.
I have not read this one.
A. Two men meet on a cross-country hiking trail and try to outpace their feelings while outrunning bad weather and worse pasts. B. A wildlife photographer and park ranger are forced to share a cabin after a landslide strands them deep in Yosemite. Or C. A nature-themed podcast host meets his match in a rival outdoors influencer during a sponsored eco-retreat.
Okay, I have not read this. I'm going to say it's the two men meet on a hiking trail and have to like walk and talk through their problems. It's West Wing, Yosemite style.
And they've got a steady cam on them the entire time. I would like it to be the photographer and park ranger snowed into a cabin. That's what I would like.
You love forced proximity.
I love a snowed in not just forced proximity, but like unable to communicate with the rest of society, and you have to be stuck there together. Alexei Lebedev's journey on the Pacific Coast Trail begins with a single snake. It is angling for the hot stranger who seems to have appeared out of thin air. Lex is prepared for rattlesnakes, blisters, and months of solitude. What he isn't prepared for is Ben Caraveo.
Ooh, okay. It sounds like they're meeting on a hiking trail then.
Yeah, I think so. So on this 2,500-mile trail, Alexei keeps running into the outgoing and charismatic hiker with golden brown eyes over and over again. So you got that one. Okay, note to self, ChatGPT is giving the right answer in the first one every time so far. So I'm going to read them out of order. Yeah.
Is it really?
Yes.
I did not even notice that.
That's okay.
All right. Well, shuffle it up.
Yeah, I'll shuffle it up for you, but now I feel like I've got this inside scoop and this is not cool. Yeah. Is this still fun for you? Is this a fun activity?
This is delightful.
Okay. Just making sure, because I have another activity if we don't like this one. If you're like...
No, I say let's do a couple more of these.
Okay.
Try some activities.
Okay. Here is another Ellie Hazelwood that I have not read yet. Okay, this is Love Theoretically.
Okay, I have also not read this one.
Okay, a mathematician joins a reality dating experiment to fund her research and falls for her co-contestant.
Okay.
A physicist secretly moonlighting as a fake girlfriend faces chaos when her new academic rival turns out to be one of her old clients. Or two rival scientists are forced to share a lab and a bed at an academic conference gone awry.
I think I would like it if it was the reality dating experiment, because it kind of reminds me of the Netflix movie. I think I talked about it a couple episodes ago, The Wrong Paris.
Oh,
where
yeah.
she like Miranda Cosgrove's character joins a reality show so that she can pay for art school in Paris. Of course, it's art school. So I feel like that would be entertaining. Yes, I'm gonna say I hope it's the reality dating experiment, but I have not read this one. Is this the follow-up to Love Hypothesis?
I think it is. Okay. I think it's in that same STEMistas series, which I have feelings about the word STEMistas and women in STEM and all that. But okay, I'm gonna say it's the physicist fake girlfriend because it sounds a little bit too much like Love Hypothesis. One of the biggest complaints I've heard about that series is that they were too similar. The many lives of theoretical physicist Elsie Hanaway have finally caught up with her. By day, she's an adjunct professor. By other day, Elsie makes up the non-existent paycheck by offering her services as a fake girlfriend.
You're right. Fake girlfriend.
Fake girlfriend. Okay, The Partner Plot by Christina Monique. Have you read this one?
Okay, I have not read this one.
Okay, The Partner Plot. A lawyer and her rival must co-teach a class on work-life balance while secretly competing for partner.
Sounds stressful.
Two best friends fake an engagement for green card reasons, but end up married for real when immigration gets involved. A plus-size influencer fake dates her brand manager to save a sponsorship, but real feelings derail the plan.
Okay, I gotta be real. I would not read any of these. These all sound way too stressful. What was the first one again? Something with a lawyer?
Two lawyers must co-teach a class on work-life balance.
Okay, I don't think it's the green card one. It could be this one or it could be the influencer one. I'm going to say the influencer one.
You're going to go with the plus-size influencer fake dating her brand manager to save a sponsorship.
Yes.
I'm going to go with the lawyer and her rival workplace romance.
Okay.
Okay. Two former high school sweethearts get a second chance in this marriage of convenience romance.
Marriage of convenience.
Yes.
Is that the fake engagement for immigration?
Let's see. To Violet Green, fashion's everything. As a successful celebrity stylist, she travels all over the world. Professionally, she's thriving, but her personal life is in scandals. Violet's now determined to focus on her career. Xavier Wright did not expect to run into his high school girlfriend, Violet, the girl he thought he'd marry, on a birthday trip to Vegas. As a high school teacher and basketball coach, he rarely leaves New Jersey, so what were the chances? Their impulsive nuptials might be a blessing in disguise when they realized both their careers could benefit, so they played the part of a blissfully married couple. So yeah, none of the above. ChatGPT just made up
interesting.
A whole new plan. Mangoes and Mistletoe by Adriana Herrera.
I have not read this.
I have not read this. I've read many other Adriana Herreras. I think this might be sapphic based on what I know of it, but I have not read this one yet.
Also Adriana Herrera, I'm guessing, like that. I believe she typically writes women loving women.
Not always, but
Really?
I would
Okay,
say
that's what I know her for. Again,
yeah.
limited experience with that.
I think it's probably
genre.
about a quarter of hers are sapphic, and maybe like another third maybe are male queer.
She's been coming up a lot for me recently, so I feel like that's an author I need to put on my TBR and get a little bit into.
I love her writing.
Hit me with it.
Okay, Mangles and Mistletoe. A, two Dominican bakers compete in a British holiday baking show and realize the competition isn't their only heat source.
Ooh.
B, two chefs running rival bakeries in NYC are forced to merge for a holiday TV special.
Intriguing.
And C, a travel journalist and chocolatier fake a relationship to win a trip to Scotland for Christmas.
Why would they need to fake a relationship?
I don't know.
I'm going to say two Dominican bakers just because it says mangoes, and mangoes feels like something that would go with Caribbean Islander food.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm actually going to go for the one of the two chefs who are rival bakers in New York because of the mistletoe and the fact that it's a holiday TV special.
Intriguing.
All right, here we go. Mangles and Mistletoe by Adriana Herrera. Quisqueya Burgos left the tropical beaches of the Dominican Republic with a lot to prove. As a pastry chef on the come-up, when she arrives in Scotland, she has one goal in mind: win the holiday baking challenge. There you go.
Oh, okay. So Scotland came up twice in these options.
Yes.
You know what, though? Every time I think of Scotland now for Christmas, did you ever watch A Castle at Christmas?
No.
It was a Netflix holiday movie. It came out maybe 2 years ago. It was Carrie Elwes and Brooke Shields. Honestly, super cute.
Really?
So Brooke Shields' character, it is Brooke Shields. Yes, it's Brooke Shields. She plays like a romance novelist, like kind of like a Nora Roberts level romance novelist. And I don't remember the exact premise off the top of my head, but I feel like it was something like one of her longest running characters. Like she has a series with the same heroine. I feel like she breaks up with the male love interest and like fans rebel. And because she's like, it doesn't make sense anymore. And her dad grew up in Scotland. He worked at like this castle. So it's something along the lines of, I need to go get away to like reconnect and on and on and on. And she runs into Carrie Elwes, who is like the Earl or the Duke or whatever, whose family owns the castle, but they have zero money. So they're essentially gonna have to sell the castle, which is, family and legacy and all these things. So it's really complicated. So she works out a deal with Carrie Elwes that you let me live in the castle while I try and write my next book, because her dad used to live there and she has a connection to the land. And you'll have this money to run the castle so you can keep it in your family. And they are very much like, I don't want to say enemies to lovers, but they don't like each other. And of course there's a Scottish ball and there's Carrie Elwes in a kilt. It's a really cute movie. And I also just like it. It was like, I'm going to call it like later in life love, because I believe Brooke Shields and Carrie Elwes are in their 50s, late 50s. I don't know. They're beautiful. But every time I see Scotland, I'm like, oh, I fucking love that movie. It's like a schmoopy holiday film on Netflix, but it's so good. So good.
Well, I'll have to put that on my list. Maybe we should do a later in life love.
Ooh, that would be a good topic.
Writing it down. All right. Put it on the list for 2026 because... we have other plans. A brewing. Okay. The Witch's Wolves. We're gonna do a quick go to paranormal. It's by Ellie Mae McGregor. A grieving witch bonds with two werewolves while rebuilding her family coven and fighting for her village. Two werewolves. B, a witch trapped in a cursed forest can only escape if she shares her power and her bed with twin alphas. Yeah, I'm getting a vibe here. And a wolf pack hires a witch to break a fertility curse, but she refuses until the alpha offers her a deal too tempting to refuse.
Okay, none of these sound like something I want to read. That's just me and my personal taste. I don't know, maybe a witch trapped in a forest and she's got to share a bed with some werewolves. Sounds fun.
That's the one. I skipped ahead. I forgot to vote because I wanted to read it. Okay, so here's the blurb. Little Red Riding Hood is all grown up and she's queer.
Ooh.
Manon has been caught in one scandalous situation too many. Now she's on the run. When she finally sees a lone cottage in the woods, she thinks she's found her salvation, only to find that she's stumbled into a den of wolves. But she soon finds out that these wolfmen are more interested in pleasure than they are in pain.
Intriguing.
Okay. So
Intriguing.
we
Okay.
get a little Red Riding Hood. I wasn't expecting that with the witches wolves.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's perfect.
Guess what is our next activity?
All right, so that was
Counselor Meg.
that was 2 tropes and a lie. And now we're gonna do an either or, like a would you rather that I'm calling a trope mashup.
Ooh, okay.
So we are going to have one archetype or trope, and then you have to choose whether you would rather read one piece or another of it. So it's not the entire thing. It's like, okay, so here we go. Would you rather read Shifters set on a reality dating show or at a destination wedding?
Destination wedding.
Really?
Because, yeah, I know, like, reality shows, I'm like, meh. Like, there's too much, like, chance for, like, global humiliation if it's live on TV. That's too stressful. But destination wedding, I can just imagine, like, oh, we're in Hawaii. What a beautiful destination. Oh, my God, it's a full moon. Fuck! And, like, shifting out of hula skirts and stuff, I feel like would be very entertaining.
See, I was going to go with reality TV because I have this idea of, like, well, she just doesn't smell right. And that's the only thing that they can
but
say.
that's why the reality dating show wouldn't work. It would be the least effective dating show next to Love is Blind. None of that works.
Okay. Low angst.
Okay.
Second chance lovers.
Okay.
Would you rather watch them be forced to co-host a small town fall festival?
Okay.
Or to work together on a marketing campaign for pumpkin spice lattes?
Pumpkin Spice Latte marketing campaign, I think would be way more fun. Like small town festival, I'm sorry, event logistics, as someone who's worked in events for years, it's too fucking stressful. At some point, I just say, fuck it, I'm on 4 days and no sleep. I need to mainline caffeine. Like, I do not want romance at an event. I have barely showered in days. I haven't slept. I've been wearing the same socks for a week. Like, none of that says romance to me. So I would go with Pumpkin Spice Latte brand campaign. Because I could just see them like on a photo shoot, on a video shoot, working with the creative team on like copy and graphics. And I just feel like, no, we have to use papyrus.
Comic Sans or bust.
They could fight over papyrus. Like, this is the inclusion I want to see.
Yeah, I'm coming at it from the other side where I'm like, I do enough marketing that I would not want to need to coordinate with.
True. You're like, I know how to run campaigns. Exactly. I don't need to fight with a coworker.
I would rather be like, you take care of the things in that tent and I'll take care of the things in this tent, and nary the two shall meet. And plus I feel like a fall festival is like, we are going to do it and then it will be done.
Also true.
Versus a marketing campaign could go on forever. I think we're overthinking this.
I'm sorry, have you met us?
Grumpy professor.
Okay.
I know you love a grumpy professor.
I do. I really do.
Accidentally soul bonded.
Ooh, okay.
To a vampire or a golden retriever.
Golden retriever.
Yeah, golden retriever shifter. Yeah,
that's what I assumed you mean. Yeah. Like a golden retriever personality. Okay, shifter. Yeah, still the golden retriever. I love grumpy with a golden retriever. And I feel like especially if you throw in something like a shifter, because what I like about shifter romances is they have typically these primal characteristics, right? Like not necessarily saying like, oh, we are alpha, but it's like they can in moments typically related to their shifter side be brought down to really base instincts. And I think if you would have a character who is golden retriever, bouncy, happy against someone who is grumpy is always good. But when you add in that golden retriever shifter character would have the ability to like get down to those base instincts to contrast with the grumpy, that would be really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be my vote.
Yeah. Plus a lot of long walks.
There you go.
All right, last one. Enemies to lovers.
Okay.
Would you rather see them renovating a haunted Victorian house?
Ooh.
Or competing in the Great British Bake Off?
Ooh. Are they renovating the house to like sell it?
Yeah, probably like, some sort of like
maybe
flip.
Like one of the one's like a contractor, one's the real estate agent or something.
Yeah,
maybe
or maybe there's like a what was that Love It or List It?
Oh,
maybe like a TV show renovation TV show like that. I don't know.
I think it would be better to do the renovating the house because one, I think it would take longer, which I like with enemies to lovers. I like to see the build. And also I think I'm just tired of like chefs and baking and Like for me, Great British Bake Off type show, or even the Canadian baking show, which someone I went to university with is actually the co-host of that show.
Oh.
It's essentially British Bake Off, but it's the Canadian version. Shout out Anne Pornell, you're brilliant. It's like, it's a comfort watch. And what makes it nice is that everybody is nice.
They're so nice
and
to
really
each other.
supportive. And then if you're watching the British version, you have Paul Hollywood looking like a fucking silver fox and Noel what's his name wearing little heeled boots. I don't need your interrelationship drama to interrupt my flan. Stay away. So
Stay away from, you keep your hands off my flan.
I would go with renovating a haunted house, a Victorian house, because one, they probably have to deal with the city council and dealing with a historic property. You're going to fight over fixtures. Like, it's like that Netflix movie Falling in Love, one of the Christina Milian ones, where she is an eco architect person who didn't get the job she wanted. So she like gets dumped by her boyfriend and she buys a bed and breakfast sight unseen in New Zealand and then goes to it thinking it's going to be turnkey, but it's actually a money pit piece of shit. So she hooks up with the local general contractor to flip it as an eco house. And of course, sexual tension, and they fall in love. I just think it's more fun. There's longer time. And I think I like longer time with enemies to lovers.
Yeah. And
what about
also,
you? Would you do
you might have a chance to get your wraparound porch too.
They go, I fucking want to run around porch.
I know you want your
This
wraparound
is the dream. What would you do though? What would you pick? Bake off or house?
Renovation.
Yeah.
There's so many more things that can go wrong. It can go out of scope. You have so much more to fight about. I don't want Great British Bake Off to be ruined by enemies to lovers.
Yes. Keep it sacred. Mary Berry is a national treasure.
I was about to say something like, no, I don't want to.
No. Let's just leave that.
Let's just not.
No.
All right. That was the last of our trope smash, our trope mashup.
Beautiful. I liked it. I feel very like fall festival. I want to, if it wasn't so fucking hot here, I'd be putting on like jeans. Like my favorite fall outfit to wear is jeans, like black boots, like a basic t-shirt and a flannel like the one I'm wearing right now with like a baseball cap or something like that. That is my fall fashion.
What's your favorite fall activity? Are you like an apple picking? Are you like a haunted hayride or pumpkin patch?
We do apple picking or a pumpkin patch every year. There's a really cute pumpkin farm. It's about half an hour away from here. It's called Howell's Pumpkin Farm, I think. But it's not just like go pick a pumpkin. They have like little kids rides and playgrounds for them and a pumpkin patch. And they have a little hayride in the back with no hay, which is great because I'm severely allergic to hay. It's more of a tractor pull ride. And they also have an apple cannon.
Oh.
Launcher where you like buy a bucket of like crab apples and you put them in these huge, they look like artillery guns, and it's like an air cannon and you shoot them at moving targets.
Oh yeah, we have that at our apple farm too.
Yeah.
It's such a
really
smart
fun
way for them to make money off the apples that they're not going to be able to sell anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like we do that pretty much every year. I love doing that. But also for me, it's when the temperature is cool enough that I can sit outside with just my flannel or just a light leather jacket, and it's sitting on a patio having a coffee or having a beer in that weather is like, I love it so much. Like I live in a very scenic area. It also typically means that like wine harvest is happening because I do live in a wine producing region. Like harvest is happening right now, and you just get to see the trucks out there harvesting, and you get to like just kind of see the trees changing color and the vines are changing color. Like for me, it's an outdoor vibe, and usually it also means my allergies are not as bad because most things are dead.
Yeah, that's important.
What do you do as your like fall activity?
You know, it used to be, especially when the kids were little, it was the pumpkin patch. It was the, go on the cute little I Spy hay rides around. And now I think this year it's going to be more of like music festival that then turns into Nerf Fest where you shoot the zombies.
Ooh, that's kind of fun. So we in our friend group chat the other day, I don't like being scared. So like haunted houses, never really my thing. I don't know if this is everywhere, but there used to be a place in Toronto called Screamers that would kind of take over the fairgrounds every Halloween, and it was like a warehouse that had like 7 haunted houses inside of it. There would be one that was like clown themed. There'd be a corn maze where someone in a mask chases you around with a chainsaw.
Hard pass on all of it.
I used to go to those. I didn't like it. I would always make sure I was in the middle of the group, and everybody in the group was like holding onto the shoulders of the person in front of them and be like, ah! Not my vibe. But there is you know, things like Colonial Williamsburg type of deal, like those. So there is one of those north of Toronto called Black Creek Pioneer Village. And I've never been, but for kids who grew up in Toronto, it's kind of a regular school field trip. It turns out that around Halloween and in the fall, they have like an escape room, but it's the entire Black Creek Village. So it's more like not escape the room, it's escape the village.
That's really cool.
So we talked about going to it because it's only like one night a week they offer it. It starts at 8 p.m. I have no other details, but like, you know, there's a blacksmith and there's a thing and like there's all these things. And apparently the actors are really good. And we talked about going. We just can't make the timing work because, you know, Toronto is like 2 hours. Toronto itself is 2 hours away for us, plus getting to the Black Creek Village and doing this. But like that would be kind of fun. I think that would be a good second date. To go to something like that. First date, I'm like, no, because I'm competitive. And if I don't like how you approach problem solving, I'm going to get real angry on the first date because I don't know you yet. And I don't know how you problem solve. But second date, that's the pressure test. Be like, how are you at problem solving? If you cannot get us out of this haunted village, then it shall not work.
Yeah, I think that's a really good second date move is do something competitive. And see how that person responds.
There you go. You know what I was thinking too is a common like romance premise too around Halloween and fall is like costume parties. Someone has a mask on, you have some type of interaction, and then like the party ends, the mask comes off, and you don't really know.
For you historical scoundrels, it would be called a masquerade.
A masquerade. Yeah. So it makes me wonder. Like when I was younger and in college, we would go clubbing on Halloween, right? And it's like basically that Mean Girls joke of girls just wear lingerie with animal ears on it. Well, pretty accurate, I gotta say. But you would that would be the going out thing. But as a kid, I remember watching Hocus Pocus, when the kids are trying to find their parents and their parents are at like this big costume party for adults only. Nobody's at home trick-or-treating with their kids. What the fuck? I don't know. But they're all like in costume and like going to those types of parties. And I always thought that would be a fun thing to do or set something at like a romantic party like that. Everybody's in a ridiculous costume. It's very
sort of like Fallen from Christina Lauren that we read last week, where she's like a lamb and he was supposed to be a shepherd and he showed up in a basketball uniform and she was like, relationship over.
Yeah, I'm sorry you didn't go along with my costume premise. We are so done.
Nope, done.
So done.
If you
Improv,
can't,
yes, and fuck off.
Wasn't it his idea too? He was like, I'll totally just wear a robe
his.
And be a shepherd, and then he didn't even follow through.
Well, he's an asshole, and that's why they did not work out.
It's a nice way to set up the premise of this is not a relationship that's going to work.
There, you didn't dress up in costume.
So I will just have sex with a stranger in the bedroom upstairs in 2 minutes after I break up with a guy.
Awesome. Now for the very fun question of Meg, what you be shipping this week?
I am shipping a new software that I'm using for my writing. It is called Novel Crafter. For many, many years, I have been using Readsy, which was fantastic as a piece of software. It's completely free, and it was a really easy way to be able to keep all of my drafts in one place and be able to log in from multiple devices instead of needing to install it on a computer. But I sort of like started to outgrow Readsy because there wasn't a way to archive information, and my novels are getting so complicated with characters showing up in multiple places that I wanted a solution that had more of a like story Bible built into it.
Okay.
As it was, I had an entire story Bible that I built in Notion, and that was fine, but it's nice to have it built in there. So I'm using a new software tool called Novel Crafter, and it has a codex that is built into the platform. So I can track every time that Grace shows up across 6 different books, making sure that she's consistent and it shows up on screen. She has hazel eyes, she has brown hair. These are the things that I need to know about Grace, and I can build that codex as I go, so that way I have a really easy way to remember. You know, I think we talked with C. Rochelle like over a year ago where she was like, I can't remember if my character's eyes are green or blue. And the farther you get away from these stories, the harder it is to remember those little details about like what kind of car does this character drive? I don't remember. But I also don't want people to be like, you said he drove an Audi and it's not an Audi. So having all that in one place, it's also very easy to organize scenes and move scenes around from place to place. And I can see them as cards, or I can see them as an outline. So I can see the entire plot as a whole. I can export just the outline pieces, so that way I can start to plot and plan without needing to read the entire document. And it keeps running word counts for me of every scene, every chapter, and every act of the document. So being able to have that cumulative, being able to say, oh, I need to really flesh out Act 2 a little bit more, so that way it has more robustness, that it has more that I can sink my teeth into, or I'm spending too much time in Act 2, I need to dedicate some time to Act 4. So I really, really love Novel Crafter as my new software to write in.
I do love a new software. I have found some very great software for work the last couple of weeks that I'm having, honestly, a lot of fun clicking on shit. Because I'm not one to watch video tutorials. Like, I really just need to get in there. And I have no fear about clicking on things within a piece of software and, like, just trying shit. I feel like that's something that when people are trying to learn new software, they just have to get over it. Like, once you know, like, if you see 3 lines, you see a hamburger menu, you can click on it. If you see a carrot menu, which is a little chevron, you know that's going to expand something. If you see, like, once you start to learn the iconography of web design and app design and, like, UX in general, you just get a lot braver at clicking around on shit. So, like, I've been teaching myself no-code apps the last couple of weeks, and I'm having a really good time building them out. I built some really cool ones the last couple of weeks.
Anytime I get, like, a guided tutorial of how to use an app, I'm like, turn it off! I just want to poke! I just want to push buttons. I'm not going to learn this from watching you show me how to learn it. I am not going to watch your tutorial video. I don't care how short it is. I just want to poke around.
Yep. Agreed. We love new software.
Nikki, what are you shipping this week?
For me, I'm shipping a podcast. It's Giggly Squad. Do you know Giggly Squad?
No, I don't know Giggly Squad.
Oh my God. Okay. Giggly Squad is Hannah Berner and Paige DeSorbo. So you might know them from, like, Summer House. They're, like, Bravoverse adjacent. Hannah is a comedian, like a stand-up comedian. One of my best friends, Jen, and I have seen her live now probably, I want to say 3 times. And Paige is her best friend. And the show is called Giggly Squad. Like, we have soulmates, they have gigglers. They're just so fucking funny. They've written a book called How to Giggle, which Jen bought me as a gift a couple months ago. A lot of the jokes I say are from them. When I say, like, we support women in STEM, that's from Giggly Squad. They're just, like, if you just love women who support each other and, like, love each other and are just really ridiculous. They talk about pop culture, they talk fashion, they talk dating, mental health, mediums and psychics. Giggly Squad recently did, like, a North American tour. They took the podcast on the road. And as a companion to that, they released a YouTube series that was like Paige and Hannah try, with the idea that we're going to all these cities. We want to explore outside of the hotel room. So they go, we're going to do aerial yoga. We're going to play tennis, because Hannah was a competitive tennis player. Now she has, like, a sponsorship deal with Lululemon. They're so fun. They're so just, like, ridiculous. And I love how in their ridiculousness they are. Like, they are, like, you know, Paige is absolutely gorgeous, and she's always kind of portrayed as, like, the slightly more, I don't want to say restrained one, because she is not. Paige is fucking hilarious, but she's very fashion forward, takes time. Hannah, also gorgeous, but she's kind of characterized as more of, like, the fly by the seat of your pants, chaotic chaos gremlin one. But they're just so fun. So if you like, you know, just women having fucking fun and laughing, and it makes it feel like you are kind of having an eye on someone else's friendship that you just so desperately want to be a part of. I feel like I would be best friends with Hannah and Paige, and so would Jen. Jen and I routinely fight over who we are also. I'm more Hannah, she's more Paige in most situations. It's just really fun. They make fun of everything and themselves, which is just really delightful. So if you like to hear just women talk about random shit and also be extremely fucking funny, Giggly Squad, the podcast. Get it everywhere podcasts are found.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm a giggler. It's true. Actually, I have the, y'all at home can't see this, but I have the book, How to Giggle, A Guide to Taking Life Less Seriously by Hannah and Paige.
I mean, what else do we really need in the year of our Lord 2025 than how to take life less seriously because the world's on fire all the time.
I would also like to shout out Jen real quick again. Y'all watching on YouTube or social media can see this. I'm wearing a baseball cap right now and it says due diligence on the front of it. This is part of Jen's merch line for her brokerage company. Because again, coming from operations and like supply chain logistics brokerage, due diligence is like our way of living.
You have to do it on everything.
Every fucking thing. So I also just love my new hat. Due diligence. Get it at shiphappens.ca. All right. That is everything for this week. Meg, do you want to tell people about the quiz and where they can go to find our excellent new website?
Yes, I feel like we should just have that be our outro today. So remember, guys, we just started this episode with the quiz. Head on over to firstdatesandsoulmates.com. We have information there about us. We have the link to the quiz. We have some of our favorite episodes, and we have a way that you can join our email list. And every month I'll be trying to send out here's what's coming up so that way you don't have to wait for us. You can actually be more of a contributor and tell us what you're looking for in the First Dates and Soulmates podcast moving forward. Oh, and take the quiz. You can do that at firstdatesandsoulmates.com/quiz, or you can just scroll on the page. It's right there. And then tell us in the show notes for this episode. Come over to firstdatesandsoulmates.substack.com because we're still hosting there for the time being anyway until Substack goes complete Nazi. And I'm definitely making a contingency plan.
Yeah, we are exploring options. For now, we are still there.
And that's why I spent 29 whole American dollars on First Dates and Soulmates this month. So that we can build out an alternative. But for right now, we're still at Substack. So come on over and tell us what your preferred trope is or what you got assigned in the quiz, and tell us whether that's actually what you are, or just go take the quiz again until you get the one that you want. And let us know what your answers would be to any of these questions, or if ChatGPT got the answers completely wrong and totally made up new versions of the stories that we had in our two tropes and a lie, tell us what to read instead.
Beautiful. All right. And once you've done that, you can also head on over to social media. Give us a follow at First Dates and Soulmates on YouTube, TikTok, and the Instagram. Check out the website, of course. It is delightful. Head on over to your podcast provider of choice. Leave us a rating, review it, and subscribe. Always appreciated. And if you got a little bit of money to spend each month, you can check out our merch on tpublic.com. Links is in the show notes. Or you can sponsor the podcast for now on Substack. $7 a month. You can do it as a one and done, or you can do it ongoing. Totally up to you. It just supports all the work that Meg and I put into the show. And that's all for us this week on First Dates and Soulmates. Remember, if your meet cute happens over a spilled pumpkin spice latte, you may be in for a world of trouble. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.